Hey, welcome back to my vlog channel. It's been freaking 6 months, I think, since the last time I did a vlog. I am going to start making a lot more vlogs because I really do enjoy talking to you guys, and hopefully in me making these vlogs it will help somebody. And I want to cover a whole bunch of topics, and I just want to talk about life, because life tends to get us down sometimes, and life can sometimes get the best of us. And in the same sense, it can also be the best thing for us. And life is so crazy sometimes. Some days are amazing and other days are just, you wish that for them to be over. So I do want to start making more vlogs so that I can share my life experiences with you guys, and hopefully you guys can take something away from these videos. If it's maybe you can relate to me, or maybe you might be going through something similar and my words can somehow maybe even guide you into some solutions, or maybe me talking about some of the things that I've gone through maybe can help you kind of avoid those situations. So that is what I'm going to be doing from now on this channel. I mean, I still want to do just like regular vlogs where I go out and show you guys what I'm doing and all that. But anyways, that is not the point of this video, and I feel like it's already long and I haven't even talked about what I'm going to be talking about in this video. But so in this video, I'm going to be addressing a very heavy topic about myself. If you guys follow me on my main channel, then you guys already kind of know what's happening. If you guys don't, and this is new to you, in that video, I will leave it linked down below if you guys are interested. I talked about how I'm just very sad, and I don't want to label it depression because I haven't been diagnosed, and I don't want to go to a doctor for it because I am afraid of being put on medication. And me and medicine, I don't like to take medicine unless it's like 100% absolutely necessary for me to live. And right now I just don't feel like I'm in that point in my life where I really just need to go to a doctor to be prescribed medication. So I don't want to do that. If I can avoid it at all costs, I will. So so I've just been really sad, and I'm like so nervous to make this video, first and foremost because no one's in this house right now, but every time I hear a little creak or a noise or a bump or something like that, it creeps me out because I feel like somebody's gonna come in here. I'm a very paranoid person also. And then second, I'm expecting my mom to come over and spend some time with me, so I'm just like kind of waiting for her to, like, you know, ring the doorbell in the middle of me making this video. So hopefully it doesn't happen. But anyways, so if I seem a little distracted at the same time, is because of that, and also because I'm just very nervous to make this video. Like I said, I'm a very extremely private person. I don't even let most of my family members in on my situations or anything like that. So making these videos is going to be a challenge for me, but something that I really want to do because in my short time here on earth, I've experienced some things, and I feel like I could put those experiences to good use, especially for maybe younger people, maybe people in high school, maybe people who are just turning 20 or whatever. I'm 25, so I'm not like super old, and I haven't experienced that much in life, but I feel like the things that I have experienced are pretty intense. So yeah, but with all that said, I keep losing my train of thought in this video, but I'm gonna get it. So like I said, I've been really sad, and this has been going on for months. So I'm gonna start off at the beginning of, like, because I feel like it was like a snowball effect. So I'm gonna start at the beginning from where I think things started to go wrong for me, or where I feel things started to go, you know, out of my control. So about a year before I graduated from college, I was really stressed out with school. I had 2 jobs. I was in school and I just didn't know that I wanted to continue. And one of the main reasons was because even though I liked what I was studying and even though I wanted to make a difference in the world doing that, I felt like my passion and what was calling me was makeup and doing makeup and being a makeup artist. That's what was calling me. And I was scared to take that plunge because I had been in school for 3.5, almost 4 years at that point. It took me 5 years to graduate from college, and I will go into that in a different video. But anyways, so I had already spent so much time and effort into school that I just felt like if I didn't continue and finish it, it would have been a waste of my time to go to school for that long. So I continued doing it. I kept going to school, even though in the back of my head, in the back of my mind, I was like, I really want to do makeup. That's what I really want to do. But I just didn't. I was too scared to realize my dreams. I was too scared to tell my parents that, hey, you know what? These last couple years that I've been going to school, guess what? I didn't want to really do that. So I was scared all around and I didn't know what to do. So I just kept going to school. And then my senior year was a disaster. And the main reason was because I was only taking 1 class and then my internship. So I felt like it was a waste of my time because it was a lot of time invested into going to school and a lot of time that I had to put aside for that. And I could have done it before. So I was really frustrated with that. And not only that, during that time, I was going through some things with my family and I had to move in with my boyfriend and his family because I was in a situation where I couldn't be myself because when I first started college, I had left the city. And so when I came back home and I had to live again with my parents instead of in a dorm room, it was so much conflict going on for me. It was just like constant fighting because I wanted to be independent and they didn't want to allow me that freedom because I was living under their roof. So I had to like move out because it was a toxic environment, not only for me but for them, because I was just constantly arguing with them. And my parents are not young, my parents are pretty old, and you know, like I felt like I was being a nuisance more than anything being with them, even though obviously they love me and I love them with all of my heart. But I just felt like it just wasn't an environment that was productive. So I ended up leaving and I ended up living with my boyfriend, which worked fine. Like that, I never had a problem there. His family was amazing to me, no complaints whatsoever. They were just a godsend. Like they were amazing. But while I was there, I was still having these conflicting feelings about going to school, working 2 jobs and doing all this stuff, and I wasn't happy in what I was doing, where my life was leading me. So I feel like that's when everything really started to change for me. Like my mentality, it's really when it started, because I wasn't going in the direction that I felt was correct for myself. So then but I kept going with it because I was so close to graduating, and then I did graduate and it was amazing. And then I went after graduation. I had the biggest decision of my life to make. It was either continue going to school to get your master's, go get your license to practice, or you know, it was one or the other or both. And then it was pursue your lifelong dream of doing makeup. So it was a really difficult decision for me to make because I didn't want to disappoint my parents. I didn't want to disappoint myself. I didn't want to disappoint anyone. Getting a master's is a lot of money. Continuing education is a lot of money. no matter what way I went, it required money. So I didn't know what way to go, because either way I was gonna have to spend money. But I was conflicted, because if I didn't do it now, if I didn't follow my dreams now, I feel like if I waited until I got my master's and did all that stuff, like, and I finished and I still wasn't happy with it, then what was the point of getting my master's, right? But then at the same time, I was conflicted, because, well, you went to school all this time, but what are you gonna do with that? So I started looking for jobs straight out of college. Started looking for jobs, and unfortunately, I couldn't find anything that I could do without having a master's, without having a license, without having 2 years of experience, which I don't know how people expect you to have 2 years of experience right out of college, but hey, whatever. So I was in this, I felt like I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. I felt like if I leaned one way or the other, it didn't matter. I was going to be disappointing someone in my life. I was going to be doing something that either was going to make somebody else happy or myself happy. So when I weighed all my options and I started to think about it, I just decided, it took a couple months, but I finally decided that I wanted to do makeup and that's what I was going to do. Now, while all this was happening, one of my parents got really sick, and it was the worst for me, because it was so devastating to my soul, the realization that that person, I guess I'll tell you guys, but my father just wasn't going to be in my life anymore. That was so devastating for me, and I still suffer from even remotely thinking about it, because what happened was so traumatic to me that he ended up in the hospital, and every time I hear an ambulance, every time I go over there and I see him, and it's like I get flashbacks about what happened. I just get so stressed out every time I hear an ambulance. That's just all I am willing to say about that. It was just a really emotionally traumatic experience for me. And so I am still stressed out over that, because, I mean, his health is not getting better with time, but it's also not, at the moment, not getting worse. It's just not good. And so I was dealing with school. I was dealing with trying to get a job. I was dealing with wondering whether or not my dad was going to be okay. So I was dealing with all of these things all at once, and I was in an element that was outside of my own. I was living with, like I said, my boyfriend's family, and so that was another stressor for me, because I didn't want to be a nuisance to them either, and I didn't want to overstep my boundaries. So I stayed in our room for the longest, and I started YouTube whenever that was happening. So I spent 99% of my time in that little cramped room, and either at school or at my jobs and things like that. So I had all of these things going on all at once, and then we decided that we wanted to move out, and that we wanted to buy a house, and that's when we bought our house, which is where I'm at now currently. And that, for me, it wasn't so stressful. For me, it was actually a lot of fun. For my boyfriend, if you ask him, it was probably extremely stressful, because he took on the responsibility of actually buying our house and doing all that stuff. So if anybody has any stressors about that, it would be him, not me. So so we moved in, and everything was fine, and it still is, but we're tight on money because of the fact that I couldn't get a job that I enjoyed. I would start a job and I would quit like months after, because I just could not stand what I was doing. So we bought this house, and at that time, when we bought this house, I had graduated. And then when I graduated, that's whenever I was deciding what was I going to do. Was I going to continue going to school? Was I going to get my license? Was I going to invest my time into pursuing my dream job. So I ended up deciding on my dream job, which was doing makeup. So I took a course to get certified as a makeup artist, and I don't know why I did that, but I took a course to be certified as a makeup artist because I felt like maybe that would give me, you know, like upper hand or something. So I did that, and funny enough, once I took the course, or after I finished the course, all of my clientele disappeared. Everybody that would ask me to do their makeup disappeared. Like, it was like, I feel like it was the biggest mistake of my life taking that course, because after I did it, nobody wanted to hire me as a makeup artist. And I was like, what in the hell am I going to do now? Because my parents were putting all this pressure on me, like, hey, you took this course to be a makeup artist, yet you don't do makeup. And it was another stressor because I feel like most people won't understand this, because I don't understand it sometimes, but my parents weigh so heavy on my emotions. If they're having a bad day, I have a bad day. If I disappoint them, I feel that disappointment 10 times worse. So their emotions or how they feel about me affects me beyond words. So when that was happening and I wasn't getting jobs, obviously I felt shitty myself, because I was like, crap, like I went to school to get more clients, to be better and bigger at what I do, and nothing. So that was like beyond stressful for me. And then it turned into me looking for other jobs, like actual like professional jobs, which for whatever reason I couldn't find either, because either I didn't have the experience, I didn't have my degree, the master's degree, I didn't have a license, I didn't have this or that or whatever. And so I was lost. I became so lost. And that started happening in December, where I couldn't find a job. Didn't matter what I was doing, I couldn't find a job. And so it got so bad to the point where I applied at a grocery store, and I went for the trainings. I went for the, not even, was it the training? I think it was a training. I went in, I sat there through the whole training, and the last day of my training, after I finished, I went home and I bawled my eyes out. Not to say that working at a grocery store is not worthwhile, and not to say anything bad about that, because I did it when I was like 16. I worked at a grocery store, and it wasn't about working at the grocery store. It was the fact that no matter how hard I tried, that's where I ended up. I finished college with no success. Like it was meaningless. And then I had taken my makeup course to be a makeup artist, and that didn't pan out either. So I started to feel like such a failure. And then that's when we were in December, and I couldn't buy anybody a gift for Christmas. I couldn't buy anything to decorate the house, and I'm gonna cry. So it was really hard not being able to do the little things that I so enjoyed and I so imagined for my home. So that's when I really started to feel utterly down about myself. I was like, goodness gracious, like what a failure I've become in life. And I couldn't get it right. I couldn't get life right. I would see my friends, and they were taking these grand vacations, and they were doing better and bigger things than I was. And not to say, I am so proud of every single person who has done something with their life, like that I know. I am 100% proud of all of my friends. But I would see that and I would think like, Jesus, like I'm not doing anything. Like I can't get anything right. I can't. Like, no matter what I do, it's never enough. And I started to feel really, really, really shitty about myself. I would bring myself down so harshly. Like there is nothing somebody could tell me that would top what I would tell myself. I was so mean to myself. I was so harsh to myself. And then in January is my birthday. So I still hadn't found a job. I still hadn't gotten any makeup jobs during that time. And Jesus Christ, that was the worst. I was so, I don't want to call it depression, but I was so down that, I mean, I had some really negative thoughts, like really bad negative thoughts, because I couldn't get anything right. I couldn't do anything right. And I didn't celebrate, not that I ever do, but I 100% did nothing for my birthday. The only reason why anything happened was because my mom insisted on just cutting me a cake. That's all she wanted to do. Like, she didn't care if we went out to dinner. She didn't want to do any of that. She just wanted to cut me a cake. Like, she just wanted to make sure that I at least did something. And after we did that, like, I just came home and I cried some more. I just cried and cried and cried because I feel like in my 25 years of life, I had done nothing right. And soon after, I did get a job, and I am working right now, but it's still not enough. Like, it's not what I want to do. It's not what I went to school for. I am still struggling every day to do better and be better. Every day is just a struggle for me to not talk down to myself, because that's what I do the most. I am so mean to myself every single day, and it's affected me in so many other ways as well. Like, I have gained so much weight since all of this started because I've just been so stressed out, and I've stressed myself out, and I've talked so ugly to myself that I have begun to tear down my self-esteem. I've completely destroyed myself. I can't even begin to describe how awful I've been to myself. So all of that has been happening, and I've been really just struggling. And it might not sound like a lot, but I'm just so lost, I guess is the best way that I can put it. And so even though that might not sound like a lot to you guys, to me it's like I cannot get out of this. I feel like I'm in a maze and I can't seem to find the right way to go. And every corner or every turn that I make is just another barricade. Like, it's like I keep walking in circles and I cannot get out. And so that is what I've been going through. This is ongoing for me. So my camera cut off, sorry. I don't know where I was, but or where it stopped recording, but I have gone through a lot. I've gone through unemployment, family sickness, lost after college. Even if your situation is not exactly like mine, but you would just want to talk to someone, I'm here. I am here for you. I'm here to tell you that, as bad as it sounds, or as dumb as it sounds right now, because sometimes it sounds dumb to myself, it's gonna be okay. I just hit my phone. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be brighter. Maybe not tomorrow, but maybe next month, maybe a couple weeks from now, it'll be better. I have to believe that for myself and for anyone who's going through some bad things. I have to believe that it's going to be better. Even on the days where I feel the absolute worst, the days where I can't even roll out of bed, those are the days that I really have to remind myself that it's going to be okay. At least I'm still alive. At least I'm here and I can make myself better every day. So that is the point that I wanted to just get across to you guys. And that is why I'm sharing my story with you guys, is that if you guys are ever having a day where you're just like, crap, like I don't even want to wake up tomorrow, talk to me. I am here for you. My doors, my internet doors are always open to you. If not me, talk to someone, find someone to talk to, because believe it or not, everybody is fighting their own battles. Every single person that you come across has their own obstacles that they have to come across. So if anything, please remember to be nice to the next person that you see, because you just never know what they're going through. Most people, including myself, tend to hide it so well, and you just never know. Honestly, you just never know. I mean, I don't think half of the people in my life know until now these videos are going up and they're gonna see it. I mean, there's some people in my life who just didn't know, and they reached out to me through that other video, and it meant the world to me to know that I'm not alone. Even though they may not be going through the same problems that I'm going through, they're there for me if I ever need to talk to them. And so that really helped 100%. And just doing nice things for myself every day is something that has really helped me as well. So if anything else, just remember to be kind to yourself and to others. That helps so much. Just be kind. So anyways, like I said, I hope you guys reach out to me if you're going through something and you need to talk to someone. I'm here for you guys. And yeah, so that is all I wanted to say for today. Please let me know what you would like to see next, like what topic you'd like for me to cover. So yeah, my mom's here, so I'll talk to you guys all very soon. Bye!